I'm Morgan from Pack Hacker, and in this video we're taking a look at the Bellroy Laneway Sacoche, which I've been testing for 2 weeks. If you find this video helpful, hit subscribe so that we can continue making content that helps you travel smarter. Let's jump in. So this is made with 100% recycled materials. It is 50% ocean waste and 50% industrial offcuts, and it uses Bellroy's Sea Wave sheen fabric. And I don't know if you can see it, it's got like a very sheen-like quality to the material. It is a cross-directional weave to create a super smooth finish with eye-catching sheen. And it definitely does stand out. It has like a very interesting aesthetic to it. I think it works really, really well, especially in this colorway. And then on the front, you can kind of see that there's a similarly colored, I think it's rubber, Bellroy logo right here. And then that's really it for branding. It's really minimal, both on the front and on the back. The hardware, it uses metal, and then also these zippers are YKK, and they're really smooth, super easy to operate. There are no external attachment points, but technically you could, get away with hooking stuff onto right here, which is where the shoulder strap is attached, basically. This material is really comfortable. It's nice to hold. It does kind of pick up dirt, but it's super easy to like dust off, and the material itself is water resistant, so you should be able to like spot clean if it gets dirty. I've not had any issues with that. There are no grab handles, but it's small enough and it's like basically a pouch, so when not carrying it by the shoulder strap, I usually just carry it like this, kind of like a clutch. Right now it's got like a decent amount of stuff in it, and even so it's still pretty comfortable to carry and really easy to hold. The shoulder strap is pretty thin. I was a little concerned initially about it kind of like digging into the body, especially with like more heavier gear inside of it, but I've never had an issue with it. It does a really good job of kind of distributing the weight, and this metal hardware is super easy to adjust. So I found that like if I had it on and I needed to make it a little bit longer or a little bit shorter so that it's closer to the body, it was really easy to do without having to take all the way off, and I really liked that. But I mean, aside from that, it is not removable, and so it is a pretty simple shoulder strap. So this is what it looks like on. As you can see, it's basically just like a little pouch. It is super comfortable. I will say that I have had like a couple issues because the strap is thin. It'll like twist a little bit, and it's not like a huge issue. It doesn't make it any less comfortable. It is just something to keep in mind, especially like if you're trying to adjust it and it's like twisted. It's just like one extra step that you have to take. But aside from that, it functions just like as like a nice little pouch. It's really easy to use and super comfortable, either crossbody or like over the shoulder like this. The front pocket is right here. It's kind of in like this little recessed area that's not super noticeable at first glance. Inside, it's got like a nice amount of organization to it. It has 2 slip pockets right here, so just have gum and a pair of AirPods in here, and I found like this is really nice for like smaller items. It is like a floating design, so it kind of sits up against the wall when not in use, and it doesn't eat into like the main capacity too much. And then got some hand sanitizer in the main one, and then it also has this nice key leash, and it's got like this metal key clip as well that's really easy to use. And this is like a nice length. This doesn't stretch or anything, but I found like this length, especially when it's either on over the shoulder or over like the crossbody, is like a good length so that you can still use the keys to like get into a door without having to take it off this key clip. So I really like that. Overall, this pocket I found was really good for like smaller, like flatter items, just because the main capacity is in the main compartment. And so this one was nice for like smaller, I'd say like a slim wallet could fit in here as well. Flipping it over, the rear compartment is where the main capacity is, and it's right here under this like discreet-ish zipper. It's interesting that it's like on the side instead of like directly on top. Flipping it up, it's got like a nice wide mouth too, so that you can really kind of get like a nice overview of everything inside. Inside I have a wallet, a phone, and so here I'll show you. This is an iPhone 15 Pro Max. It is in one of the slip pockets. It fits, but it's like right at the top, to the point where you kind of have to like configure it a little bit and like stick it underneath in order for it to fully close, basically. So just something to keep in mind. I mean, you can also put it like here as well. So like the other, like laying down. And then let's see, just have a pair of sunglasses. Oh, and a chapstick, forgot about that. So this pocket has two similar slip pockets. They don't stretch at all, but they do a really nice job of, like the front compartment, keeping smaller items like nicely contained and organized so that they're not flailing around inside the pocket. And then inside, you can kind of see the bottom has like this nice gusset, so you can expand it and it fits like a good amount in here. I was able to get like a small camera in here without any issues, a portable power bank if I was like out and like needing, like concerned about having battery. I found it fit in here really easily. And so when not in use, this whole bag does like a really good job of condensing so that it's like pretty flat and pretty thin. I've used it as like a daily carry, and I found that it compresses nicely to the point where it doesn't feel bulky, even if it's not like fully like loaded out with gear. And then for traveling, I would stick some of like my travel documents and like power bank, camera, you know, stuff like that that I would like want to have on a flight in here. And then as soon as I like got to my seat, I could just pull this out and have everything I need nicely and contained. And then it also has the benefit of being a bag. Like once you get to your destination, you can use this not just as like a travel pouch, but also as like a dedicated sling when out and about, basically. One last thing that I wanted to touch on, Bellroy does like a really nice job of including like smart, intuitive features in here. And so right here, this little tag, which I just kind of assumed was like a standard, you know, brand tag that is inside most bags, is actually a air tag slip pocket. And so you slip it right in here, and then it kind of like blends in and stays out of the way so that you don't even really know that it's there unless you're looking for it. And it allows you to have tracking capabilities with this whole bag, basically. And I thought that was like a really nice touch to integrate that into like such a small component, basically, and that's in this main compartment. So there you have it, the Bellroy Laneway Sacoche. Thanks for keeping it here at Packhacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.